Welcome to Season 2 of Solopreneur Success Strategies. This is Jane Gardner, and we are going to be talking about home business startup. And we're going to be talking about starting, running, and growing your own home business, whether offline or on. Monday is all about mindset, of course. Tuesday is all about starting a home biz. Wednesday is about selling, sales, and your customer. Thursday is going to be about running your home biz, and Friday will be growing your home business. Saturday is all about putting systems in your business, and Sunday is all about strategy. So subscribe to this daily podcast to help you start, run, and grow your home biz. For more information, go to bo8hb.com. Hi, it's Jane Gardner, and today it's all about starting your home business. We've been talking about your customer, figuring out who your customer is, looking at where they hang out, what they want to buy, what they really want, rather than what you think they want. You're building up a customer profile so that you know what the demographics are of your potential customer, as well as knowing what they like to do, the psychographics, the geographics, the location, everything you need to know about your customer as to what they desire, what they want, they want fulfilled. So we've got a very detailed customer profile that we have got for your customers. And now we're going to figure out what kind of messaging to do for them in order to attract them to you, for them to realize what your unique value proposition is. And we talked about that on a previous episode as well, about your UVP. So after you've worked on that, now it's time to get your messaging out there to attract your potential customers to you on the internet. So we'll talk about offline as well. But either way, whether you're online or offline, you need to have a website. So if you don't have a website yet for your business, then it's time to get one. And we've spoken on that before as well. It's all intertwined. And today we're going to be talking about in more detail about your website. So let's have a look at what your website actually is. Well, when you think about your website and when you think about your messaging, whether it's talking to your customer or writing copy about your ads, it's all about your messaging, and you have to develop your unique value proposition, and you have to develop your brand. Now, for some people, they think it's a logo and what your tagline is and everything like that. But no, your brand is your promise and your commitment and what you stand for and stand against in your business. This is all about your messaging, about the messagings that you're going to have out there so that people get attracted to you, and the right people who are your audience will come and see you, whereas the ones who don't like your messaging will not, and of course they probably won't be your customer. So you have to have messaging that is consistent, that's accepted by your potential customer. So for example, you wouldn't use any of the the millennial lingo for someone who's in their 50s or 60s, because they probably wouldn't understand you. And to be honest, millennials wouldn't understand the world lingo probably. But my point being that, of course, you have to talk the talk of your potential customers. So it has to be language that's accepted by your customer. And it's also, you have to show what your values are so that they understand and know, like, and trust you. And of course, you have to differentiate yourself from your competitors and be unique so that people can understand, oh yes, that's the person who walks dogs only on city streets, so we're not going to get any problems with fur or injuries in the forest from walking a dog. Whatever. What do I know about dog walking other than walking my dog? So anyway, so you have to have unique messaging to differentiate yourself from other competitors so the people who are interested in what you do will come to you. So let's have a look at what your brand strategy should be. in terms of your messaging. So you have to be consistent in your messaging. So I have to, of course, say the same things every day in terms of what you believe in and what you stand for and stand against. And obviously your potential customers have to be attracted to that messaging and to your fumbling and your inability to say certain words. And anyway, so obviously your brand is a very important strategy to have. And you have to decide on that before you obviously start attracting people to you, because you don't want to change your messaging in the middle of a year, because you know why, of course. We just said that, because you have to be consistent in your messaging. So let's have a look at what do you think would be important for your messaging. So the first thing that you have to do, of course, is to figure out your messaging, but obviously you've got to get a website up there so that you have a online hub for your potential visitors and customers and prospects to come and visit you and to know, like, and trust you. So you have to first off, of course, figure out who your customers are, as we were mentioning, and then you, of course, have to be consistent in your messaging. So you have to ask yourself some questions. First off, what is the primary goal of your website? Well, I think I've mentioned to you that your primary goal overall is to be an online hub for your business so that people can come and learn about you. But there are other goals, of course, to having a website. And so you have to have a homepage, obviously, which is the first entrance to your website. And then you ask yourself, well, what's the function of it? Because is it going to be informing your visitor about your business? Or are you going to provide education for your visitor, entertainment for your visitor? Is it going to be have a blog on it which has articles on it about your various activities and events? Or is it going to be educational and have technical information about your product or service so that people can get to learn who you are? Or are you going to just provide free stuff on there so that they are willing to stick around and learn a bit more about you? Are you going to have a blog, which is postings of articles on the website as on your homepage? So you have to ask yourself what your homepage is going to do to be the goal of your homepage. Well, how's it going to reflect your messaging? And so you have to ask yourself, what is the function of your homepage going to be? You can't be everything to everybody. For example, at jane-gardner.com, my homepage is a blog of articles about various ideas on social media and messaging and being in business. Whereas the Business of At Home Business website is basically a membership for people who want to learn about being in home business. So there's a blog there, but it has different messaging. It's all about being in business and learning how to make a sale and learning how to use social media, etc. for your business. So you have to look at what's the function going to be of your homepage. This is going to be usually the first page on your website that a visitor will come to learn about you. And so knowing who your visitors may be and potential customers may come to your homepage, what are the messages they are looking for when they visit? Have you been out on social media talking to them about certain subjects and then they click the link and come to your homepage to learn more? Or are they coming to your homepage to figure out what your solution might be for the problem that you talk about out on social media? What are they looking for when they come and visit? So put yourself in your visitor's shoes and ask, of course, who are your potential visitors? What do they do? What do they want? What makes them different from other visitors? What else do they have that they have to offer? What else can you offer them? And you should answer these basic questions. Knowing who your customer is, potentially, then you should be able to create a website homepage that attracts them and keeps them staying to learn more about you. So what are the elements of a good home page? Well, it has to be compelling enough to make the visitor want to stay and interact. For most visitors, they will stay for 2 seconds or less. They will pop onto your home page, look, and go away. So you have to make it compelling enough that it will be of interest to them so they will stay. A lot of people use video. That's why some people have a blog on there with various articles and education about things. Other people use video on their homepage in order to attract people to come and listen and watch to their videos. And does it speak to the expectations of your potential customers since you've done research on it? And of course, is it easy to take in, easy to navigate, and well organized and simple enough that they only have to do 1 or 2 actions in order to get around and through your website homepage? So this is one of the things you have to think about now once you've figured out who your customer is. What would your customer want to see on your homepage? Would they want more information to take away with them? Would they want to find out what you do? Would they want a free ebook on information that you have for your business? Or are they just looking for simple answers to simple questions? So your homepage, your website, your customer, it's all about him or her. So your messaging on your website should speak to them. And so that's why we did the research on finding out who your customer is previously, so that you know what their demographics and psychographics and where they are and what they want to do and what their expectations are, so that you can be the solution to their problem or fulfill their desire. So this is many things that we will repeat on, but really it's very basic and well known that you have to be able to understand who your customer is before you can even attract them to your website or you can even sell to them. So this is Jane Gardner, and next time I want you to think about your website and decide, well, first off, do I have one? Better not. Get it up there. And is your messaging speaking to your potential customer or not? Thank you. Well, I hope that will give you some ideas to implement in your own business. And if you want more, go to boahb.com and subscribe.